Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to implement the sorting feature in our Express application. So if I go to Postman and if I query for all the hotel documents from the collection by making a GET request to this hotels resource, you'll see that in the result we have received 33 documents, but these documents are not sorted. Let's say I want to sort these documents by cheapest price. Currently, if I scroll down, the first document has the cheapest price 250. The second document has the cheapest price 300. The third document has the cheapest price 230 again. The fourth document, it has the cheapest price 200. So as you can see, the data is not sorted by cheapest price. But I want to sort the data by cheapest price. Let's see how we can achieve this. For that, let's go to VS Code. And in there, we have this getAll function, which is getting called whenever we are making a GET request to the hotels resource. So here, currently we are getting all the documents from the hotels collection using this find method, right? And we are waiting for this find method to return us the response, and that we are doing using this await keyword. And whatever data it is returning us, we are storing it inside this hotels variable. And we know that this find method is going to return us an array. It is going to return us all the documents inside an array, and that array will be assigned to this hotels variable. So I have two options. I can work in memory or I can directly work on database level. So for example, if I want to sort the documents, I can sort those documents in memory because this find method has returned me all the documents and I'm storing it inside this hotels array. So now I can go ahead and on this hotels array, I can use array sort method. And here we need to pass a callback function. Okay, let's say here we are going to get the first hotel and the second hotel. So I'm just calling it as AB, and here we can say A dot cheapest price minus B dot cheapest price. Okay, so here I want to sort the data in ascending order by cheapest price. So this is how we can write the logic. And here we are doing sorting in memory. We are directly performing the sorting operation on the hotels array. But what we can also do is, if we don't use this await keyword, in that case, this find method is going to return us a query object. And using that query object, we can perform operation directly on the database level. And we can get the desired result directly from the database level. So for example, if I want to sort the data, I can perform that sorting operation directly on the database level. And then from the database, we will receive the sorted result. Instead of performing the sorting in memory, we can perform the sorting on the database level itself. And that we can do with the help of query object. So here, if I do not use this await keyword, in that case, this find method, it is going to return us a query object. So here, let me call it as query. Okay. And now to get the result from that query, what we can do is we can say query.execute exec like this, and it is execute that query and it is going to return us the result. We can go ahead and we can store it in a variable. We know that in this case it is going to return us a list of hotel documents. So I want to store that hotel documents inside this hotels variable. So either we can explicitly call this execute method to execute the query, or what we can also do is we can simply say await and then query. So when we use await keyword here, this also makes sure that the query gets executed. We wait for the result to come, and then once we have the result, it will be assigned to this hotels variable. So if I save the changes now, and if we go to Postman one more time, and if I request for all the documents from the hotels collection, it should still return us all the documents. You see, it is still returning us 33 documents. So this approach is also working. But here what I am doing is this find method, it is going to return us a query. We are storing that query inside a variable, and then we are executing that query implicitly by using this await keyword before that query. Okay, now let's go to the documentation of Mongoose, and there in the API section, you will also see this query section. So if I go to this page, Here you will find all the methods which we can use on a query object. So this query here, it is going to return us a query object, and on the prototype of the query object, we have a lot of methods which we can use to build a query on the database level and execute it. So for example, we have the all method, we have the where method, we have cursor method, delete many, delete one. So all these we can use on a query object. In this lecture, I'm going to use sort method. I want to sort the data on the database level, and then I want to get the sorted result from the database. So for that, I'm going to use this sort method on the query object, and once the data is sorted, the query object is going to return us the sorted result. Then in the coming lectures, we are also going to use the skip method. We have limit method. So if I scroll up, somewhere we should have limit method. So this limit method also we are going to use in our coming lectures. So I hope now you understand what a query object is. Now let's go back to VS Code and let's write the sorting logic with the help of query object. So before we are executing this query, before that, whatever document we have received, we want to sort that document. So here, this find method, it is going to return us a query object. When that query object is executed, it is going to return us all the documents. But before executing that query object, I also want to sort the documents. So for that, I can use this query. So here, we are going to write the logic of sorting the result. Now, when are we going to sort the result? So in the URL of the request, if I have a query string called sort, and here let's say I want to sort by price, the cheapest price. So the sort field will be cheapest price, something like this. So we are going to read the value of this sort query string from the URL, and based on that value, we are going to sort the result. So here, first of all, I'm going to write an if statement, and in here, I'm going to check if request query. So on the request object, we have this query property. If that contains a sort property. If that contains the sort property, then we are going to go with sorting. And here, what we are going to do, here on the query object, we have the sort method, just now we saw in the documentation. And to this sort method, we need to pass the field name by which we want to sort the document. That field name, we are going to read from the sort query string. And to read the value of the sort query string, we are going to pass this expression to the sort method. Okay. And this sort method, again, it is going to return us a query. So I'm going to assign that query back to this query variable. And since I want to do reassignment, here I will change this keyword to let. Okay, and here let's say query equals whatever query this sort method will return, we want to assign that query to this query variable again, so that we can use it later. And now at this line, we are awaiting for that query. So that means this query will be executed and it is going to return us a result. That result will be assigned to this hotels variable. And with this, if I save the changes, let's go to Postman. And now if I send this request, now the document should be sorted in ascending order by cheapest price. So if I scroll down, here the cheapest price is 120. You can see the hotel with the cheapest price, the lowest price is at the top. Then we have 122, then 150, then again 150, 150, 160. So you can see that now the documents are sorted in ascending order by the cheapest price. If I want to sort it in descending order, then all I have to do is I can say sort equals minus cheapest price. And now if I send the request, now the document should be sorted in descending order. So now the hotel which has the highest cheapest price, that is at the top, and the one with the lowest price, that will be at the bottom. So second document has 750, third document has 650, and so on. Now if you want to sort the documents by two fields, then all you have to do is you can say sort equals cheapest price, comma, And then let's say we also want to sort the documents by ratings. So here I'm also going to specify ratings. But now when we are reading the value of this sort from our Express application, it is going to read the value of sort as minus cheapest price, comma ratings. But here, if we want to sort documents by multiple fields, then we have to separate those field names by spaces. Okay, so for example, if I want to sort the document by cheapest price and rating, I need to pass a string value like this. Okay, if I want to add another field, let's say name. So in this way, we have to pass multiple fields separated by spaces. So how can we pass that? For that, what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to read the value of the sort query string. On that, I'm going to use split method to split its value separated by comma. Okay, so this split method, it is going to return us an array. In that array, we will have all the field names which is separated by comma. So for example, we will have this cheapest price as the first element, this ratings as the second element, and if we have specified any other field separated by comma, that will be the third element, and so on. So first we are reading the value of this sort. Each field name which is separated by comma, we are storing as an element in an array. Okay, using the split method, it is going to return us an array. Now on that array, I'm going to use join method to join them as a string value. And I want to join them separated by a space like this. So this is a simple JavaScript code which I'm writing here. It has nothing to do with Express. Okay, and this join method, it is going to return us a string. So we are going to store that string in a variable, and let's call this variable maybe sort by. You can give this variable any meaningful name, but I'm just calling it as sort by. And now I'm going to pass this sort by to this sort method of the query object. And now if we go to Postman, before that let me save the changes here. Let's go to Postman. And now when I'm going to send this get request, in the result should be first sorted by cheapest price in descending order, and then it should be sorted by ratings in ascending order. So let me send the request. So you will see that the hotels with the highest price is at the top. Okay. So first it has sorted the document by cheapest price in descending order. And after that, if two documents has the same cheapest price, they will be sorted in ascending order by their ratings field. Okay. Now what I also want to do is, if the sort field is not present in the request URL, then also I want to sort the result by cheapest price, and I want to sort it in descending order. So here I'm also going to specify an else part, and in there I'm going to copy this line. I'm going to paste it here, and here I'm going to hard code the field name by which I want to sort the document. I want to sort the document by cheapest price in ascending order. So now if the sort query string is not present with the request, in that case, by default, the document will be sorted by cheapest price in ascending order. So let me save the changes here. Let's go to Postman. And from there, I'm going to remove this sort query string. And if I send the request now by default, the result should be sorted by cheapest price in ascending order. So you can see the document, the hotel document with the lowest price is at the top, and it is increasing for each document. Basically, the document is sorted in ascending order by cheapest price, and the last document should have the highest price, which is 800. Okay, now before I wrap up this lecture, let's quickly revise what we have learned about the query object. So we learned that in Mongoose, a query object represents a deferred query operation that you build up and then either execute explicitly or let Mongoose execute when you await. So you can think of a query object as a query builder that holds all the information about the database operation you want to perform, but it doesn't actually hit the database until you run it. We learned that when we do not use await keyword in front of this find method, it is going to return us a query object. And then to execute that query object, either we can call the execute method on the query object, or we can simply use the await keyword in front of the query object in order to execute it. Now, what is the purpose of using the query object? Well, basically, the query object holds query conditions and options. For example, when you want to filter documents, we specify a filter query object. So the query object holds that condition, that filter query, or it holds the projection. That means which fields do we want in the result, or it also holds the modifiers like the sort, limit, etc. And query object allows us to chain other query methods. So for example, this find method, it is going to return us a query object. On that query object, we can chain other query methods like where, GTE, LTE, sort, limit, etc. Also, we can execute a query object either explicitly using this execute method or implicitly by simply using the await keyword in front of the query. And the most important point which you need to remember here is the query objects are the place where middlewares, that means the pre and post middlewares, are attached. So in the coming lectures, we are going to learn about pre and post middlewares. So you need to remember that pre and post middlewares can be attached to a query because of the presence of query object. All right. So this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.